Guys, today I want to propose a little test very quickly about whether the Model Mate's weathering, rust effect is affected by matte varnish, spray varnish. So I'm going to use Games Workshop Purity Seal. I'm also going to use the Army Painter matte varnish, and I'm also going to use a popular fixative. So artist fixative, and I'm going to see what the result of using those on this stuff actually is. So what I've done is I've got a base with 2 lots of the rust effect on it. I haven't done anything to these, and I'm going to come back to you in just a second, and I'll show you what happened. Bye bye. Without further ado, I've actually done the test, so let's have a look. So, right, where should we start? So let's start off with the Artist Fixative. This one's from Winsor & Newton. I've had it for quite a few years, but it's for pastel, charcoal and pencil. So most of weathering powders and stuff are made from chalk or kind of natural things like that, and that's what this is made to actually hold. Okay. So it does say to test before applying to the finished work. Shake vigorously, which I did. Use at room temperature, which I did. Place it horizontal, slightly inclined, which I did. 20 to 30 centimeters. So, what happened then? Well, as you can see, this one is the fixative, and it just ran like crazy. Okay. So the one in the middle is what it should look like. The one on the left is with fixative. Okay. So next up, I want to go on to Army Painter. Now they call it a super matte varnish for miniatures and models. It's anti-shine, and they describe it as the perfect varnish for all models and wargames miniatures. I'm generally quite pleased with this product. It ruins metal effects though. It gets rid of all the metallic sheen, but it's very good for flat surfaces. Okay, so it says always to test on one model first. Okay, so this whole big section here tells you how to spray it. So what actually happened? Well, that's what it's meant to look like. That's what it looks like with Army Painter over the top. You can barely see it. It's taken everything away from it. Basically what I think's happened is it's wetted it down and it's left it in that stage and dried over the top, so we're never going to get this effect come back. Okay, so do not use Army Painter on the rust effect stuff. Okay, the nice thing about the fixative is that it's kind of run a bit. That might be quite useful actually. You might need that effect. So that might be worth experimenting with, and it hasn't changed the colour of it too much like water would normally. Okay, so lastly we've got normal Citadel Purity Seal, so the stuff from Games Workshop. Again, it's got lots of flame precautionary material, cautionary material as well, and then we've got the instructions here which we've all read, so I haven't opened that up. Okay, so this one I think worked the best. So it's the one there on the right compared to the one with nothing on it. It's still not perfect. It's run just a little bit towards the edges. But yeah, so there we go. That's the best one for it. But what I want to say, guys, is someone online actually said, what varnish should I use? I question whether you actually need to use varnish. I mean, if I rub away at that, that's as hard as I can. Okay. It's not doing anything. It's left a couple of marks on it, but it's not actually taking anything away. If I get the back end of a paintbrush and scratch away at it, how am I going to do this? So that is taking it off. Okay, that is how much force you need to apply to get the paint off. Okay, you are never going to apply that much force on your miniatures, even when using them in a game. Okay, so you've got nothing to worry about. with this stuff. Even with my nail, it's barely scratched any off. It scratched a bit off, but there you go. So there you go, guys. That's just a quick experiment there. I hope that's been useful for you. By no means get put off by this. Out of these three, I definitely recommend Purity Seal. Okay, absolutely, definitely. It's superior to the Army Painter stuff just because it doesn't affect the effect of your miniature. It doesn't change it in any way, shape or form like the Army Painter stuff does. The fixative, I don't know, I wouldn't use it for miniatures really, but there we go. So cheers for watching, guys. Hope that's been useful. Please leave any comments. If there's anything else you need to know about these products, do ask and I'll see what I can find out myself. But yeah, definitely you do not need to varnish them. Okay, so cheers, I'll see you in a bit.